Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're checking out Episode 1, Chapter 1 of The Walking Dead. This is pretty much a first impression playthrough here. Kind of wanted to give everybody a feel for the game. I know a lot of people are a fan of the Walking Dead series, while others are a fan of the comic books, and some are just being introduced to the all-around Walking Dead to begin with. So here we are at the menu here. We're just going to kind of work our way through and just kind of show everybody what it's all about. This game is currently available on PC on various different network platforms, and also on PlayStation Network. Should be available on Xbox Live coming next week or soon. I'm not exactly sure on the release date. They kind of shuffled these around at the last minute, so we're going to take a quick peek at all the other episodes. Currently, there's only Episode 1 available. To my knowledge, they will all be $5 a piece, or you can buy the package of 5 for $20 from the PlayStation Store. So just kind of checking out what's ahead of us here so that we got a good idea. All in all, there are 41 trophy/achievements. There is also a platinum for this. Now, unfortunately, Happy Thumbs isn't going to be able to help a tremendous amount as far as showing you specific items or any of that, because most of the trophies are story-based, meaning you simply do what you're supposed to do to progress in the story, and you will earn the trophy. There was actually a couple times when I was playing yesterday. I played for about 2 hours, kind of intermittently. Did a little bit of editing, a little bit of this and that, and about 2 hours is what it took me, and I still have 1.5 episodes left. So not a whole lot, but I mean, for $5, it's pretty good gameplay. So I'm going to kind of tone it down just a bit and let this commentary kind of take over here. And we'll resume here in a minute and talk about the HUD and some of the other things coming up. I'm in handcuffs, man. What am I doing in the back of the car, man? I didn't do it, man. I swear, man.
Well, I reckon you didn't do it then.
So you will notice that the HUD is definitely more
Why do you say that?
You know, I've driven a bunch
action,
of fellas down
story-based,
to
choose
this
your own
prison.
adventure type stuff.
Lord knows how many. Usually it's about now I get the I didn't do it.
And what do you say?
I say, yep, I know you didn't.
We've also found out that depending on what story or what answer you give, the story will change. People notice things, as you can see there. Scenery is a bit upgraded from previous Telltale games. It's nice to see that. Beautiful sunset.
I followed your case a little bit, you being a Macon boy and all.
You're from Macon, then?
Yep, came up to Atlanta to be a city cop in the 70s. I always wanted to work a murder case. Like that senatorial mess you got yourself mixed up in. With all due respect. A real shame, that is.
It's not a good sign.
The whole family used to be regulars at your folks' drugstore right in downtown. Still there?
Sure is.
Good.
You can start to hear a lot of chaos coming through the radio now. Starts to break you into
I
this.
got a nephew up at UGA. You teach there long?
Going on my 6th year.
You meet your wife in Athens? You want to know how I see it?
Sure.
All right. I do have to interject here.
Regardless, could be you just married the wrong woman.
People, if you want to be my friend, please do not become my friend so you can spam me spam messages about free PSN money and send this to all your friends and you'd be super cool, and or you might get a girlfriend. Actually, stuff doesn't happen, people. Just please, I just want to make that known, and no offense to the sender of that message, but if you're gonna be our friends, don't make it a spam box, because you will be deleted.
This man once, he was the worst one. He wouldn't stop going on about how he didn't do it. He was an older fella, big soft eyes behind a pair of smart folk glasses, and he just wailing back there. Says it wasn't him, crying and snotting all over right where you're sitting.
I tried to give my answers as nice and polite as possible.
Kicking the back of the
way
seat
too.
like a fussy baby on an airplane. And I tell him he's got to stop. That's government property, and I'll be forced to zap him otherwise. So he stops, and having exhausted all his options, he starts crying out for his mama. Mama, it's all a big mistake. It wasn't me.
There's definitely some snide comments
Did
that
he
you
do
could
it?
drop, but
They caught the fucker red-handed, stabbing his wife, cutting her up as the boys came through the door. He sits in my car screaming bloody murder that it wasn't him. I think he actually believed it himself. It goes to show, people will up and go mad when they believe their life is over. I got another good one for you. This one's a little bit less depressing and a bit more hilarious, if I do say so.
Oh, shit!
This other time...
you know that dude in the street ain't gonna make The Walking Dead 2. Alright, so we're back now. Basically kind of got an introduction to our character, a little bit of backstory about where we're going, why we're going, and now here we are wrecked. Not sure what to think. So again, I tried to use as positive as answers as possible, be as polite as possible. I do plan on going through at a later date and playing through and giving the opposite answers, just to kind of see how the story changes, because it's definitely supposed to interact based on your responses. Again, like I said, the old choose your own adventure books. I'm sure some of you are old enough to remember those. If not, you like to read, definitely some cool stuff. So the HUD is pretty simple. It's more or less a directional pad, as you can see there, floating through the air. You can press up or triangle or whatever. If it's right, it's circled, down is X, left is square. You can choose to push up on the D-pad or press any of those buttons. I found it easier to control with the analog and press the buttons, but that's just me. And you kind of scroll around and find items that show interest, and then you can interact with them. Very similar to most Telltale games. However, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just because I love The Walking Dead or if it's improved, but I definitely like the control setup a lot better. You seem to have a little bit more freedom here, whereas in previous games such as Back to the Future, you know, you were pretty limited on where you could go. Like, the items were there, same kind of principle where you know, scroll over things and it gives you items to interact with, but this one seems to feel a little bit more open world, even though it's totally linear and not open world. What you can see here, we had a nice little accident, and the cop has been drug or crawled what appears to be roughly about 25 feet. We make note of a shotgun. We do find a shotgun shell, so we're going to go ahead and pick that baby up, because you never know when we'll need it. And boy, our knee is busted up.
Why would he?
Dude's not going to make it very far on that knee. Don't get too used to this character, folks. You never know. So what do you guys think? At this point, like I mentioned, we don't have a lot of help we can provide for you guys. If you guys are still unsure of whether or not this is a game for you, you know, $5 is a pretty low risk. Even $20 for the whole pack of 5. You know, they'll save you $5 by getting it all together, and you know, when they come out in the future, you'll just have automatic rights to download them. So let us know if you want us to put up more. You know, lately we've been doing these playthroughs, and as you guys may or may not notice, we generally don't finish the entire game. We do that for a couple reasons. One, because, you know, as a gamer, we assume you guys would like to finish the game and play it yourself, and we don't want to spoil everything for you. And generally speaking, too, the games that we've been doing the playthroughs on as of late don't have a lot of trophies that we can help with. So, we kind of give you a little taste of it, kind of, try to throw a little comedic spin over the top of it here and there while giving you as much information as we can about it. And often we'll fall short of finishing the game because we don't feel you guys want it or need it. If that's not the case, if you guys do totally need it, let us know. Send us a message, write a comment. Ouch! Didn't see that coming, did we? Alright, so our first zombie encounter. Wasn't sure how to expect it or what they'd look like or whatnot, but again, Telltale did a pretty good job of bringing a violent, disgusting zombie into a cartoon-friendly kind of world. Yeah, leave it to a horror movie or game to have a situation like that happen. Just like the keys not going in the ignition, like the wrong key. Booyakashow. There goes your brain. I will say, pretty bloody for the history of Telltale. They're not known for gore. They are definitely known for more friendly environments. I did miss Jurassic Park, though, so I don't know. Oh, and look at that. Out of the frying pan trophy. So just like that, we got our first trophy, and you'll find that most of the trophies are pretty accumulative and pretty easy. In some cases, you'll find yourself playing for only a couple minutes before you manage to earn that next trophy in line. This appears to be one of the easiest platinumed games to date, assuming that these levels don't progressively get harder along the way, which I hope they do. But after playing the first 5 chapters of the first episode, it's definitely pretty smooth sailing, easy going. It's definitely almost like reading a book, but again, I keep going back to that choose your own adventure. It totally reminds me of that, because you are playing but you're not, and at the same time you're getting to decide how your character acts, so you definitely have a little bit of intimacy, so to speak, with the character. Boy, we barely escaped there. Good thing we've got 2 good arms to pull ourselves over that fence, because that would have been a catastrophe, getting beaten up by all those baddies. Taking a quick peek around, we can feel safe, and I hope if there's a zombie apocalypse that zombie rule is true, that if they hear or see fireworks or loud bangs or anything like that they go walking for it. And hopefully the zombie apocalypse happens about 3 days before 4th of July, too, so that everybody has access to all that nonsense. That'd be pretty cool. Well, that's going to conclude our first episode. It's Chapter 1, Episode 1 of The Walking Dead. Again, available on PSN and PC platforms now. Available on Xbox coming soon. Feel free to comment, vote. If you like what we're doing, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter @HappyThumbs. And let us know if you want more of these playthroughs. Till next time.